Hi, everybody. Welcome on board. Happy Monday to you. I hope you are doing really well. I'm grateful. LK, greetings, luminous souls. I am grateful you are here too. And I feel like we're all grateful that you're here. So, uh, first of all, before I forget, shout out to Glenna Coleman, who came to visit LA this weekend, and she got to join us on the Sunday morning shamanic healing sessions that we do every Sunday on the beach in Topanga, and it was lovely to meet somebody who I've been friends with online for years now, and who came and visited. Uh, just very beautiful, very nice, very nice. So shout out to that. Shout out to another friend of mine who just released a song. Her name is Sonnet. She released a song. You can find it on Spotify under Sonnet Music. Glenn Diller. Why, hello there, neighbor fellow. You are across the street, my dear Glenn. Yes, an old friend of mine. And I was going to give a shout out to Glenn too, who manages you, who has now stayed alive, I think, 5 years past your what the doctor said after he had a big accident, was hit by a car as he was walking, and was told he could never walk again and could never live a normal functioning life, and he's been doing so for the last 4 years. So it's been beautiful to see his path back into to life, to health. So shout out to Glenn as well. 6 years, wow, time just flies, doesn't it? And there is Shauna Horns Pettigrew. Good evening, Shauna. Nice to see you again and again. Yeah. Shout out to Shauna as well. Shout out to everyone who's here. Um, but we have all faced different issues in our lives. Ellie has faced her issues. Shauna has faced her issues. We have all had our different strives in life, and but everyone has had a different strive, right? The Glenn's was very abrupt, and Ellie has certain things that are going on, and Shauna has certain things that she's gone through, and we have all had things to go through that have shaped us. And I believe when I look at the tribe that we are, the people who are part of our group, Sierras and Sunsets, good to see that you're here as well. Yet another fellow traveler along this path of inner healing. It's interesting to see how when we are in this space, everybody connects to a different healer, or like in my case, I do a shamanic work. I walk the shaman path, and everybody does something slightly different. We all attract different tribe members and fellow travelers, and but our tribe, we sure have gone through the ringer. The people who are attracted to this message, to what we're going through, sure has had some real dealings with some real trouble and real problems. And this is part of I believe, why we are resonating with a deeper message that doesn't necessarily always. I'm not part of the manifestation crew the way that many are, but the message that's coming through from here, through me, is more of that. How do we find our inner stillness, inner peace, and growth process, the inner growth process that is so important, so imperative for any one of us in order to find a strong inner standing of who we are and growing strong, healthy roots into Earth Mother. So we learn how to reconnect to life itself. That's one of the things that always comes through me in these sessions, and it's a beautiful process, right? Like in my own case, some of the things that are changing is just remarkable to see how my body is finding energy in different places, and going from having used all the supplements and coffee and everything for a long time to having a cup of cacao in the morning, and sometimes like tonight, one in the evening, is the only supplements and stimulants that I partake in. And it's a beautiful feeling to not have to add any vitamins or anything synthetic at all. It's a really nice, interesting feeling. So and finding that I have more energy than normal than other times. So today, what came up? Well, first of all, let's just do a quick energy report. When we're looking at the energy of our universe right now, there sure has been. Oh, this is interesting. This is so interesting. I cannot read your comment. It's funny. The comments on the way they come up for me is like double. It's double text, so I can't see what it says. Um, but the interesting thing about our energy right now is that there is a lot of conflict brewing. I see so many people around us because the way I sit in the deep inner space, but I sit with people too. I sit with clients, and so I get to hear how people are doing. And at the moment, we're going through a ringer again, but this ringer is a little different. During the summer and the spring, I have found that a lot of people have felt sick since about April. Tons of people have felt very sick this year, and and then we've also run into a lot of financial problems this year as well. Uh, and I can see both in my own life and in other people's lives, I can see it rings true for many people. Whether you are well situated or if you are struggling, everybody's been shaken up in their financial stability and in their physical health. And then we're moving, but now we have kind of moved past a lot of those physical ailments. It seems like many people have found a way through the worst part of it, pinpointed what it is, and moving forward. And then the financial stability also seems to have been changing for quite a few people, including myself. And then, but then I can look at now, what's going on right now is that there's a lot of outer conflict for people. So many people are having conflicts with their partners, with their friends, with at work. They're having conflicts in different ways that seem to be deeper than just the individual having an issue. It seems to be that we are all being shaken up in a way that is here to help us see our deeper underlying issues that we need to look at. So if you are finding yourself that you're having issues with a partner or a workmate or any of those things, look, and if these issues have intensified over the last about 2 weeks, look at what can you learn from this? Because it could be as simple as step up to your plate. It could be that you, throughout your life, have been hiding and you've been trying to people please your way out of conflict. Well, maybe now is the time to face that. But it could also be that you are not that afraid of conflict, even if you think you are, and that maybe you have to see yourself in a new light. It could be either one of those, and I'm not here to tell you what your thing is. That this is your journey, right? But I can tell you the general gist of what's happening in the field right now. And that sort of leads us into this next step. As we go into a deeper understanding of our reality, when we move our awareness beyond the level of the matrix, which the matrix is a system that we're in, right? Like it's the agreements that we have made. It's when we started realizing that as children, we were not accepted unless we had good grades and unless we did what mom and dad told us. Then we were not good. But if we did that, we were good people. And so if we got good grades, that must have meant we were good people. We were the fortunate ones. And the people without good grades were the ones that were either lazy or not fortunate. So they didn't deserve what the people with the grades did, right? And that's how the matrix basically has been built up, is this energetic system that we all entered into, where whether we know it or not, we have agreed to these rules that are going on in our society. And when we look at then parallel timelines, I'd like you to envision or imagine streams of energy emanating through, like they run like rivers next to each other of energy. And this is your life, right? You are in your awareness, your consciousness is in this physical body, in this physical vibration that you're in right now. So you are doing a job, or you have a certain life setting that is on one path. And that path will lead you in a certain direction. Simultaneously, when you really feel into it, and this has been very true for me, my main part of my consciousness have been caught up in this physicality, in this body. And this physicality in this body, Marcus, has, for example, been doing a lot of construction in his life, a lot of hard work. And but I have always felt like I'm wasting my time and that there is something else going on at the same time. And then when we sit with that and we look into these different parallel realities that are happening at the same time, almost like a dream world, but it's not. It's just a different frequency, a different reality. There is a version of Marcus living out the dreams that he's having in this physicality, in this a little bit heavier, denser vibration. He's got dreams. He's got these ideas. Oh, I want to do this. I would like to do that with my time. I'd like to do these things with my time. In an ideal world, I would do this or that. We can see that that's actually going on in a different frequency, different timeline than the timeline that my awareness is currently inhabiting. And in order for me to shift into the other timeline, or several other timelines that are going on, I would have to raise my inner frequency and start to really truly see the new frequency, the new timeline, see it play out. And as I'm starting to see that playing out, I will be shifting into that frequency, into that timeline. Almost like reality doesn't have a choice but to actually agree with what you're starting to see. Because you're creating your reality. We know that. We know we are creating our reality. We just don't know how, right? It's easy to tell others how, but can we see it in our own lives? Can you see it in your own life? Not easy to see. Not easy for me to see in my life. And so, but when I start to see that, so shifting my internal vibration will start to raise my frequency. And whether or not I'm doing heavy duty construction or I'm moving into a different frequency where I do either more healing work or even the creative work that I do when I don't do healing work, which is the film work, all of these possibilities are opening up as my frequency is changing. But it takes quite a lot of energy to sustain the intention. It takes a lot of sits and a lot of focus to sustain the intention, and the attention to that timeline. So we are focusing our timeline. This is why vision boards work really well. I never really liked them at all, but they really work, right? And which vision boards, for if you don't know what that is, when people take magazines and they cut out these pictures and they put them up on a pad, like a notepad, a big notepad or a cork board, and they put up these images of their dream life, what they want to see, and they start to attract it into their lives because they're seeing it as a possibility. And this is how the universe works. But it does require an intention and fairly much a continued attention. And in my case, my energy has been for such a long time focused on the heavier, denser vibration. So it's very tricky to make your way out of the heavier, denser vibration when you relate to it so well. If it can be easier if you start to relate to the other frequencies more. So here we are. Because here's also a thought I want to envision yourself, right? Your own life. Or if it's easier to envision my life, but envision your life. And think about how you spent your day and how you're spending your days. And then you can toy with the idea that at the same time as you're doing your daily chores and your daily life, another version of you that is almost identical to you, just slightly different, is doing other things with its life, with her or his life. There they might be following the intention, the dreams, the desires, differently than what you and I are. So if you start to see, oh, there's a part of me that always wanted to be a vet. A part of me always wanted to work with animals. Oh, is there another part of me working with animals right now? Is that timeline actually active, and can I transfer into it? And I'm not saying that it always just happens magically. So on some levels, of course, it helps a lot to start envisioning it and to move physically in the actions towards those things. So if you let's use the vet example. If you want to work with animals, look for a job at a vet office, or see what it takes to become a vet, or a vet assistant, something to work with animals, right? And suddenly, if you start looking in that direction, now you're attracting these things into your life, and your attention, your awareness starts to work towards those things, and suddenly your life is shifting. You're talking to new people in your life, calling in new things. And that same thing goes for whatever we put our attention to. And of course, there are timelines at a heavier frequency. There are timelines that ended. There are timelines of you or I that died at certain points in our lives. But then we were able to shift out of that timeline last second, maybe, into this other timeline that made us stay physically alive. And now, my encouragement is to start shifting consciously. Start seeing, what do you dream of? What is that voice in your head telling you? What is that? Oh, I wish I did this. Oh, I wish I did that. How can you start vibrating into that space? How can you start attracting that into your life so that you shift your frequency, your vibration, to reach that new, to get into alignment with that new timeline? Right? I have felt these other timelines my whole life. I just didn't see the connection until recently. I didn't realize the connections, that they were real until now. So, as we go closer and we become more honest with ourselves, become more real with what you want, what's your desire, what's in your heart, what is your hopes, what's your dream or dreams, and how do we move towards them? How do we start creating a life that works in congruency with that? So, of course, it always starts with the here and the now, yeah? We start with the here and the now. We start by raising our frequency, our awareness, by becoming aware of this here and this now. But then we become more deeper aware of the other options that are also out there. I hope that was clear. It's very interesting when you talk about these concepts. It's interesting to know how clear or unclear is this conversation to an audience. Not always easy to follow along. And it's not easy to know if the message is being conveyed clearly or not. All right, beloved. We're going to do a healing session. And in this particular healing session, Oh, there you go. Shauna and L-E-K. See, it comes up at the same time. I can't read what's being said, but it is as it is. So the healing session right now, I'd like for you, the veil is thin right now. We're still in that space of having a very thin veil. So if you have visitors from the other side, sit with them, welcome them, help them to move along, or just sit with them. Enjoy the memory of your parents. Enjoy the memory of your loved ones, the ones that passed on. Sit with them. It's beautiful to connect with them. It's beautiful to sit with the spirit, the soul of the person who moved on to the other side. It's a beautiful energy in that. So we are going to do a healing session where we're going to have a dual intention. One is going to be raising your awareness and your frequency so you can come closer to fulfilling your dreams. Because it's part of what Spirit wants with you and for you, right? So I'll just say one more thing. Spirit wants you to grow to your highest purpose, right? If you think about the world as one organism, if you think about your own body, and you have a bunch of cells on your body and a bunch of muscle tissue and everything, right? You want every cell in your body to do well, no? You don't want like most cells to do well and some to falter. You don't want like some cells to be like, yeah, I don't really need you guys. No, we need all of our cells. So that because we know that if there's some that aren't following along, some that are heavier, then that's affecting the whole of your body. If you're sick in one area of your body, that affects the totality of your body. Well, if you're not living up to your higher desire, what you have in your soul, the whole world isn't reaching its utmost capacity. And that's not saying we have to be stressed out about this. It's just saying that we want to vibrate to our highest potential. Whether it is something you're doing or just spiritual inner insights of what you feel. Your insights into the world. And then you begin to share those insights, and now we're starting to fill the function of our existence. We're starting to really step up to the plate. How to live in this world. So, our intention is going to be, like we said, twofold. One is going to be help to strengthen and raise your inner awareness about your intentionality and your intention for your life. So if you get messages, if you get feelings, if you get any determination coming in, sit with that. Allow it to come. But we're also going to sit with the loved ones on the other side. And if they come to visit you in your sit, welcome them, hold on to them. Or hold on to them, but hold them in light. Welcome them. We are all connected. So, we're going to do a healing sit. Get yourself ready. There it is. There it is. Oh, yeah. We are opening up the crown chakra. Oh, yes. And the heart and the throat. Yes, yes, yes. There it is. Oh, and now we're coming to the root and the sacral. Yes. We are activating your whole body. call in the winds of the south, represented by the serpent. We ask that she holds sacred space for us. And the serpent, being the feminine healing powers of our world, to activate the deepest level of healing in every part of our body, from the root chakra and up. We have winds of the east, the condor, the eagle, and the dragon. These are the seers into the unseen. We are asking that they hold sacred space for us and that they guide us into the realm of the unseen. We have the winds of the north, represented by the raven. The raven is the sage, the sacred sage of our world, the knower of all things. We ask that the raven activate in us the deepest level of understanding, of knowing, available to us now. This is a knowing that goes beyond your mind. It's a knowing that's in your system. It's a knowing that's ancestral, that is programmed into your DNA deeply, way beneath what you're aware of. Then we have the winds of the west, represented by the jaguar. The jaguar is the holy, ferocious warrior of our planet. And she helps us track into our system. Kind of like she hunts in the desert, in the jungle. We ask that she help us track into our system. So we ask that the jaguar lend us her courage into our hearts, and that she holds sacred space for us. We have Earth, Mother Pachamama, and Father Sky. And we have Saint Michael with the sword of light, sword of truth. We have Shtangl the dragon, and Maya the wolf, and Bea the bear. They're here to hold sacred space, guard our space, and to facilitate the healing. We have the brothers, Sam and his brothers. Sam and his brothers, they're our guides. They guard our space and guide us in this healing, and they facilitate the healing. We have the tribe of kings and queens of old. We have Umbuta and her loving energy. We have our ancestors. Then we have the life force energy itself. And we have Paramahansa Yogananda, Sri Yukteswargiri, and Mahavatar Babaji. Our Hindu Indian guru lineage. And lastly, we have Odin and Freya and Thor and Stafner and Rafner. give great things to the winds of the south, the winds of the east, the winds of the north, and the winds of the west. Awa yahi. The serpent, the condor, the eagle, and the dragon, the raven, and the jaguar. Wayo. We thank Earth Mother Pachamama and Father Sky. We thank Saint Michael with the sword of light, sword of truth. We thank Stangle the dragon and Maya the wolf. Wahi and Beo the bear. Wotoyahi. We thank Sam and his brothers. Yahi. The tribe of kings and queens of old. Ombutin, our loving energy. We thank Life Force energy itself. Deo. We thank the ancestors. Yuda. And we thank Life Force energy. We thank Paramahansa Yogananda, Sri Yuktasvargiri, and Mamatar Babaji. And we do thank Odin and Freya and Thor and Stafner and Rafter. And we thank each one of you for being a part of our tribe online. Tayo waheo, eheo wai, eheo wai, because a part of your soul understands this. A part of your soul feels this. Feels the truth and the reality that goes beneath and beyond our words. It comes into the sounds and the vibrations and the frequencies of the sounds that are working through us, the drum, the rattle, the flute. It goes beyond words. It goes straight into your energy field, into your body. And we join hands here in the multidimensional space. Yahi. Te wahiyoko taya, te wahiyoko taya. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. So beautiful to have everybody here. So grateful you were here. I'm so grateful we joined hands in this quantum field circle that we are in. Energetically, we all connect. Thank you, LK. Thank you so much. So beautiful. Thank you, beloved ones. I wish you a beautiful week. So much love, so much energetic alignment with these choices that you have, the dreams that you have, the feelings of desire and love that you feel can help raise your vibration. More alignment into that space, more alignment on the quantum field level with your higher frequency. Yes, so much love. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining. Have a beautiful week. See you next Monday. Namaste and aho. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye, Sunsets and Sierras. Bye, Glenn. Bye, Glenna. Bye, everybody. Okay. See you soon again. Bye, LK. Bye, Shauna. Bye, Jolie. Bye.